You are rocking with the hottest. Put your hands up for the boss. Get ready.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JBTHETICKET.
More fire, more heat.
Vegas Scoreboard Express. Giving you that grace.
That's right, Las Vegas, and all my sports bettors around the world. You're rocking with the boss of the big board, JB the Ticket. I'm back, killing this quarantine, putting money in your pocket, talking some NBA with my main man, Zach Weiss from Sportitood.com. You can check him out on Instagram. His podcast, Sportitude. He's going to be talking some NBA with me today. And, of course, this segment being brought to you by our friends over at Fubo TV. Get 7 days free from me at VegasScoreboardExpress.com. No hidden fees, no credit check, and get it going. And with that being said, bringing on the line again my main man from Sportitude, Zach Weiss, one of our favorites and one of the best sports broadcasters coming up in the game. How you doing, my man?
Jay, it's great to be back with you, man. Big NBA guy. All it's been on my TV for the last 10 days, so talking about it now is just continuing the grind. It's been the last week for me, so I'm ready.
That's what I'm talking about. And again, check out the NBA on Fubo TV. You can go to VegasScoreboardExpress.com, get your 7 days absolutely free, and get into the action. So let's jump into it, man. It's been a while. I haven't been able to say it as much as I've wanted to, but rotation number 737, the Oklahoma City Thunder down in the bubble against rotation number 736. Now, the Phoenix Suns' game happened a little bit earlier. Phoenix Suns were able to take that one down 128-101. So, again, you're talking about a Phoenix Suns team. I mentioned that in my pre-show a couple of months ago. This is a dog that you can bet on. This is a dog with teeth, and now they were a slight favorite today. So, when you take a look at the Devin Booker situation, Draymond Green, he's getting fined for making comments sitting somewhere because his team is like 9-0. Do you think the Suns actually have a chance to come out in the West, because they're playing all of these teams very tough, and the Lakers are not looking very sharp? We'll get to them in a second, but the Phoenix Suns, shocking some people, not too surprising for me. Your thought?
Yeah, so 6-0, Devin Booker's been great, but Jay, I look at some of the other guys. Cameron Payne's been a laughingstock of the league. Now he's averaging 13 off the bench. Cam Johnson, rookie's been fantastic. McCall Bridges has been great. DeAndre Ayton looks like a number one pick. I think that Portland is going to be really tough to pass or even beat if they play them. If they can get to that 9 spot, I think they could beat Memphis twice. And yet, you never know. I don't want to play the Suns right now. I also think that the Booker discussion, he's not leaving. They're great. They have a great coach. They have great young pieces. Draymond just, Draymond loves this time of year, but because they're not in, he has to find a way to sneak into the headlines. So that's all that is to me. It's all smoke.
Well, it's just all smoke and mirrors, and that's one of the things that we were talking about in the NBA. You're talking about teams that were invited, essentially, if it was a regular season, you may not have seen them win their way into the NBA playoffs, but now they're talking about having a play-in on the West, making this thing kind of like the field of 64. So do you think that with that added structure that maybe would favor the Phoenix Suns? Go ahead.
I think it could, Jay. I think it's really going to depend. So they still, taking a quick look at the standings right now, the game hasn't become official. They're now tied with the Spurs, half game behind Portland for 9, and then they're a game behind Memphis for 8. If they get in, I don't think it's going to be easy to beat them. They're 6-0, Jay. They're the hottest team in the league. I mean, they also have the best social media in the game right now. Shout out to their Twitter. But I don't want to play the Suns. Devin Booker's hitting from half court now. They got just such good pieces. Javon Carter. I mean, he's been great. There's no weak link on that team in that rotation. So,
I mean, you're talking about
someone else steps up.
There you go. I mean, you're talking about a guy right now, Cameron Johnson, 18 points, 32 minutes, very, very efficient. Mikal Bridges, 29 minutes, 18 points. Dario Saric, 23 minutes, 16 points. And then our main man, Devin Booker, 29 minutes, 35 points. So when you're talking about a point per minute efficiency, this is a team that you want to look at. Their star, if he's on the floor, that means he is scoring. So taking a look at the Oklahoma City Thunder, a team that many thought, with the addition of Chris Paul, would have a chance at pushing in the Western Conference. However, we've seen them struggle as of late, losing today again to the Phoenix Suns, 101-128. So when you talk about a guy like Darius Bazley, he's really been showing that he can get over that sophomore third-year slump and become a reliable player for that team. Chris Paul. Outside of that, rest of these guys are milk carton. I have no idea who they are. And, again, like I said before, man, the reality is in this particular NBA season, with the coronavirus, with various players opting out, you're going to see, like I mentioned before, a lot more players getting called up, D-League guys, bench guys getting a chance. Do you think that the Oklahoma City Thunder, being under these particular circumstances, are just a team walking to pay somebody off taking losses? Go ahead.
Yeah, so, Jay, I look at the Thunder, obviously, today. Yeah, I look at this roster. I study NBA rosters religiously, and there's 3 guys that actually never watched play until I watched the game today. But, yeah, they were shorthanded, so they got destroyed. But I look at them, Jay, and they're going to miss Dennis Schroeder. He's with his wife right now back in Oklahoma City as she's getting ready to give birth to their second son. So when he comes back, that'll be huge. When they get Steven Adams back, they'll have that big man in the middle. I think they can pull a first-round upset, and then we'll see, because they're probably going to be in the – actually, it's hard to say where they seed. If they end up playing a Lakers or an 8 seed, if the 8 seed stuns the Lakers, I think they have a hard time. But, Jay, Chris Paul hasn't won a playoff series in 5 years now. I'm sorry, he's just on Houston. I'm sorry. Trash that. But he's a great player. He's a great leader, and I think he's going to rally everybody together for one special playoff run.
I don't see it. I don't see it. I mean, he's one guy. You just mentioned that he doesn't win in the playoffs. And the fact that they're 43-27 in this shortened season, getting beat by a team with a losing record, by the way. The Phoenix Suns, as of today, are 32-39, which in the Western Conference, they would have maybe been vying for that 8th spot, but I know there were a few spots away. So, again, that is a team. I'm telling you right now, you can put your money on it. VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Get your 7 days free at Fubo TV. Watch the game, and then you can check out our friends over at UWager. That's right, uwager.lv can get you where you want to be. The dogs are barking. They can get you paid, and you set up your online account accepting U.S. bettor. So let's jump back into this NBA action a little bit earlier. Again, Dallas, rotation number 739, the Dallas Mavericks down in the bubble, playing the Utah Jazz, rotation number 740. Now, 2 teams that we're not seeing a lot of press about. We know the Jazz have kind of held that back a little bit in relationship to Rudy Gobert and Donovan Mitchell. But when you talk about it from the ability to get point and to win games, the Jazz just aren't doing it. Today, taking that loss, Dallas Mavericks 122-114. So you're telling me a team with Luka Doncic is not headline, but the Utah Jazz, everyone's putting them on their betting book, and it's costing them money. So, Dallas Mavericks, another young and threatening team in the West. They've won a championship in recent years, beat my Lakers, okay, with Dirk Nowitzki, to get to the finals and take down whatever team they beat in the East. I think it was LeBron. Oh, man. Well, yeah, it is what it is. Happens. But at the same time, you're looking at this Dallas Mavericks team. How can they not be at the top of people's betting boards? Go ahead.
Yeah, so I think the issue, Jay, is that as solid as they've been, they're still a 7 seed. I think that when you have Luka Doncic averaging 30 points, 9 assists in his second NBA season, I think you have the next all-time great right on your roster. I think with Kristaps Porzingis, he's proven that when he has a right-hand man, which he didn't last year, they can win.
That's all he needed. Jay, and Knicks fans are crying in their soup right now because, like I said before, making bad decisions every other year. Oh, man. Porzingis having a resurgence in his career. So this is the team I'm telling you right now, the Dallas Mavericks. Put them at the top of your betting board. They're going to be able to cover spreads. And today, on the money line, they were able to get you that 200. Plus 200 on the money line. Again, you know I love those money line dogs. They were a dog that was barking, putting that cash in your pocket. So, getting back into it, rotation number 743, the Indiana Pacers down in the bubble versus the Miami Heat, essentially a home team, rotation number 744, Miami -4. Do you think they can pull this out? I think it's 2 evenly matched teams as far as tonight in relationship to the line. Do you think there's any grease to be had on this one? Go ahead.
So Miami's been very short-handed, Jay, but I think tonight they're getting Jimmy back. They're getting Goran back. I think they'll be fine. Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson are walking buckets. I'm just excited for T.J. Warren versus Jimmy Butler. I mean, get your popcorn ready. That's going to be a great matchup. I do think the Heat win, but I think T.J. Warren goes for 40. That's my prediction. I think he lights up Jimmy Butler and really makes him eat his words from the last time they met.
Rotation number 743. You heard it from Zach Weiss, my main man over at Sportitude. Thank you so much for stopping by the show today. Any last words on this late game? The LA Lakers, rotation number 746, -5 against the Denver Nuggets. I got to shout out my man over at DenverSportsBetting.com. My main man, Ryan Garcia. I'm going with your Denver Nuggets tonight. We're going for that dog money line. Now, I think this is a team. Guy Nikola Jokic last week hit 3 straight threes. Put me out of my misery waiting on that ticket for them to get beat. But in relationship to tonight, I think this is a team that can beat a Lakers team that right now struggling. They're load managing or whatever you want to say, but the Stars may not play tonight. Do you think this is an evening game that if you stay late enough in the book, you can pick up your money back? Go ahead.
Absolutely, Jay. Michael Porter Jr. looks like he's 5 years in the league, not his rookie season. Jamal Murray's back and better than ever. And Nikola Jokic, baby. Watch out. This team is legit. I don't know how far they're going, but tonight they're going for that W.
That's what I'm talking about. Straight grease. My main man, Zach Weiss from Sportitood.com. Follow him on Instagram at Sportitude. Thank you so much for stopping by. We'll get this set up for you tonight. Go over to VegasScoreboardExpress.com. Click the live Fubo TV link. Watch the game on me, free. Get an extra 7 days, and then when you win, pay for your subscription. Keep supporting Vegas Scoreboard Express. So you know what to do. It's time to grab your bankroll, hit the window, or go online and get that money.
You're listening to the boss of the big ball, JBTHETICKET. Giving you that grease.